morning, traders. Welcome back to Fidus Trading Channel, and we are here again for another weekly flows video. Do apologize for the lateness. Unfortunately, I was a bit preoccupied this past Sunday, but today is Monday, the 28th of April 2025. We are approaching the end of the month, and I think it's a good time to do the weekly flows video and see how the markets have developed. So without further ado, let's hop into the charts. Starting with NAS 100, we are looking at the monthly time frame, and what we can observe on the monthly time frame is that price is very much in a bullish move. We see a lot of bullish structure with higher lows followed by respective higher highs. Price is trading above the 50 SMA, and as we can see, price had a strong retracement this month to the downside, followed by a push up after that. So we had a strong bearish push followed by a bullish push, which created a very strong wick rejection close to the 50 SMA. Now, taking a look at RSI, I see that some of my indicators have disappeared. RSI is currently in the bullish region. I'm just going to make this 55 and make another one at 45. So price range is very much in the bullish region, above the 55 and below 70. And then we are not yet in the sweet spot for the monthly time frame, but we rarely ever do get down to this point. The last time we were there was in September. So we can see markets retraced, it collected liquidity, and then it pushed right back up to its opening position. So it looks like we're closing with a bit of bullish indecision today. I apologize for that. Looks like we're closing with a bit of bullish indecision today, and markets will continue to make highs. So I am betting that the bulls are stepping back into the market based on the 1 month time frame. But let's go into the weekly and see what we can observe there. So on the weekly time frame, there's a little bit of time frame divergence in terms of trend right now. The reason for this is we had a bullish structure all the way from about March 23 to about January 25. Following that bullish run, markets have strongly broken bearish below the 50 SMA of the weekly. So we had a very, very deep retracement in which we collected liquidity. This was also the point where Trump announced tariffs. So once the tariffs were announced here at this point, and then you put a pause on the tariffs, liquidity stepped back in. And we've been in a bit of a volatile few weeks since he's exercised his power to bring these tariffs afoot. So what can we see from an indicator perspective? Well, price trading below the 50 SMA and in the bearish region of the RSI, as we can see here, it's just at the 45 level, means that price is actually more on a bearish trend on the weekly time frame. So there's no confluence between the monthly and the weekly at the moment. That being said, we do see some bullish structure stepping into the market. So despite this massive bearish Maribozu, we had a strong bullish Maribozu, and this previous week we've closed with a bullish engulfing candle. So we've engulfed that previous retracement that we've had. So the weekly not giving too much in terms of directionality, but we can observe that we have a support level here at about 17,000. Let's say 17,300. The reason why I'm saying 17,300 is I want to capture this touch right here that happened on the 5th of August as well. I think that was a strong retracement, and it is necessary to have that third touch. So price has tested this level 3 times. Coming back here, once tariffs were paused, market spiked right back up from that level. So we continue to look for bullish moves here. Let's go into the daily. Looking at the daily, oh, it appears that my time frame isn't showing up. Let's just say current below. Beautiful. So looking at the daily, we can observe the massive spike that we had off this level during the pause of announcements. We then had strong retracements, followed by a strong bullish push from about 17,800. Right now, on the daily time frame, price is trading below the 50 SMA, and we are in the bullish region within the sweet spot of the 45-55 of RSI, currently at the 55 level. So indicators do not have a correlation at the moment. We can see that Price trading below the 50 SMA, close to the 50 SMA, but on the 55 of the RSI, it means bullish on the RSI and bearish on the SMA. Structurally, I would like to say that we are bullish. As you can see, we have a higher low here, followed by a higher high after a bullish push up. So it's clear that the bulls are in control from a daily perspective, but we also have a lot of gaps in this market. Those gaps are concerning me, but let's go into the 4 hour. Okay, so on the 4 hour, we can observe the bullish nature of this market right now, but we can also observe that there is some resistance levels, multiple resistance levels that we have. Now, we have broken past the previous resistance here at about 19,220 with the option that price can still fall back below that region. So I do think it is important to mark this off. Actually, let's say 18,900 because I have 1, 2, 3 touches here. So I have 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, wick rejections to the downside on the 4 hour. Now, that being said, price has broken above this level, cleanly broken above it from Thursday last week. So we know that the bulls do have a lot of momentum right now. Also, taking a look at the indicators, we can see price is trading above the 50 SMA on the 4 hour time frame, and we're very much in that bullish region on the RSI. So I am expecting bullish confluences to continue. And we also have higher low, higher low, higher low, followed by higher high structures, respective higher high structures. I'm going to take this one on. So, what I will be planning for this week ahead, well, markets look like it's running low on momentum. So I do expect some type of push to the downside for a liquidity grab, potentially to the 19,000 level. Once hitting this break and retest zone here, finding some proximity to the 50 SMA and potentially landing within the sweet spot of the RSI, I would then go on to lower time frames to then look for long positions to the upside. But from what I can observe, we have a lot of indecision in the market at the moment with momentum slowing down. Yeah, we have a doji, yeah, these are dojis. We have some spinning top patterns here. We have a bearish push, bullish push, and then the bears just stepping back in. So yeah, a lot of indecision. And until the markets decide what direction it wants to travel in, we're just going to wait and observe, and that's okay. So that's NAS 100. Let's move on to US 30. US 30 on the monthly time frame, very much showing a similar vein of structure. So what can we observe here? Well, the market is definitely bullish from a monthly time frame. We can observe that price is making higher highs followed by respective higher lows. 1, 2, 3, and then higher highs respectively. Per the indicators, price is trading above the 50 SMA at the moment. We can see markets pushed strongly during that pause on tariffs. During that announcement of tariffs, and we almost hit the 50 SMA here at the bottom before the bullish reversal. It does appear, though, that there's less strength stepping in to the US 30 market than there is for NAS. So it appears that tech stocks have a boost, whereas major US 30 stocks have less of a bullish momentum. I mean, as we can see, we can still observe a full-bodied bearish candle on this monthly time frame, whereas compared to US tech, we do have a bit of bullish nature stepping in there. Yes, it's slight, but it is still present. It also shows the extent of the retracement which has taken place for US 30. And despite the liquidity grab, the US 30 market is having a hard time getting off its feet. So, very interesting observation there. Anyway, following the touch of the 50 SMA, markets are within the sweet spot of the RSI. So we can see we have tapped that 55 zone. So definitely potential for further upside from here, from a higher time frame perspective. Reason for this is on a monthly time frame, we can see the bulls are in control. This is just a pure retracement showing, over multiple monthly periods what the market is doing. And it's clear that liquidity has been grabbed. It is within the sweet spot, and we could potentially see a push from to the upside from here. Let's go to a weekly and observe. So from a weekly time frame, we can observe that price was bullish for an extended period of time since October 23. And then in March 24, we broke that 50 SMA. And definitely with that announcement of tariffs, it has been a downhill ride since then. So price trading below the 50 SMA on the weekly time frame, we can observe price is bearish on the RSI, trading below 45. And at the current moment, it appears that price has found support at the 38,000 level before it pushed off after the pause in tariffs. So just let's mark this bad boy down. Beautiful. Okay, so that should be at about 38,100 thereabouts. And we can see that over the past few weeks, this level has been tested multiple times. Yes, this week we broke below. The week of the 7th of April, we broke below, came back up. This previous week closed, we tapped that level again before turning bullish. So, interesting observation. They're definitely seeing that this level is being tested and is holding, which is a strong sign that further upsides could be seen. But of course, we are trading below the 50 SMA, so it is important to be cautious while you are trading. Anyway, what else can we observe from here? So, we have some bearish structures at play. We have lower highs, but we didn't create a new lower low. So we can see a bit of a triangle pattern forming there. But let's go into the daily and see what we can observe. Okay, so on a daily perspective, we can see a double bottom formation forming here. But price is still trading below the 50 SMA. We are below 50, but we're in the sweet spot region of the RSI. What does this mean? Well, it potentially means that we could see further downside before we see upside, or we could directly see upside from here. But what the daily shows me is that the bears are still in control. Why is the bear still in control? Well, we're trading below the 50 SMA. Our RSI is giving us a signal for a retracement and for further downside potential. But we have the double bottom pattern here on the daily. Double bottom is a bullish pattern. So that is a bit scary to be trading short positions when we know we have that type of pattern afoot. But what can I observe here is that there was a break and retest at 40,800. So we can observe this. And this level seems to have held strong at 40,800. So interesting to see what the markets are doing and how momentum is slowing down as it approaches this level. So we're going to need some more clarity. We're going to need either a clean break of that level, or we're going to test this level and continue moving to the downside for another retest of the support before push to the upside. So it could be a consolidation phase, broader range consolidation, but this is a lovely place to trade. So my ideology for this, let's go into the 4 hour. Okay, so my ideology, we are in a consolidative phase at the moment. We are traveling to the upside. Once we tap that 40,700 level, I'm going to observe what price does. If price breaks above that level, so let's just get some arrows going over here just so we have some context. Doom, 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 doom. Do I have my arrows? Oh, there's my arrows. I'm just going to lock it. There we go. So if price breaks above, cool. Then I'm going to go there, and then upside. Oh, what happened there? Apologize for that. Then upside, or price is going to come here, settle there, and then travel downside, and then look for potential from there to the back to the support. So I would still say we have some bullish space to run, and how we react to the 40,750 level will determine what our long-term bias or medium-term bias is with this pair. What I can observe from a 4 hour perspective though, price is definitely bullish. The reason for this is we have bullish structure. We're trading above the 50 SMA, well, just above the 50 SMA. As you can see, we've just gotten above it. And we are bullish on the RSI, trading above 55, currently tapping into that level. So you can expect some further upside, but I can also see the potential for price to hit that 40,750 level and then just as quickly drop to the floor before pushing back up. So that is the analysis on US 30. Let's go to gold. See what our gold partners are doing today. Okay, so it appears that gold has a bit of a push to the downside on the monthly. Wonder why that is. I'm just kidding. We know why that is. It was a retracement this week. Anyway, the pattern that seems to be forming right now on the monthly time frame appears to be a bit of a spinning top pattern with a bullish body currently in form. However, let's take a look at indicators. We can see strong bullish structure still currently at play. We are far removed from 50 SMA to the upside, so it means we are overextended per the 50 simple moving average. And we are hitting that 85 level on the RSI, and it is a strong level to be hitting. So, what does this mean? It means price on gold is in a dire need of a retracement. But then, why is gold continuing to move up? Well, my people, traders are fearful in the market. Investors are fearful. They do not know what Trump is going to say. Trump controlling the greenback, which is the global currency currently being operated around the world. They do not know what's happening. And they are concerned about the value of the dollar, which is in storage. So what do they do then? They move to gold. They ignore indicators. They follow the safe haven. And gold is loving it. So as we can observe, gold tapped out at 3,500, just below 3,500, and actually turned around. We can observe the overextension still on the RSI and the 50 SMA, but very, very bullish market at the moment. Coming into the weekly time frame, we can also observe the very bullish nature of this market, but we can observe more of the retracement taking place right now. We have a strong wick rejection to the upside coming out of the previous week, and as we open this week, we can see the bearish nature is still at play, and we could be seeing the potential formation, as I say, mark my words, potential formation of an evening star. What is an evening star, or shooting star rather? What is a shooting star? Well, it's when we have a bullish push followed by kind of a bearish pin bar and then a bearish kicker after it. If this pattern closes bearish, we could be seeing the start of a deeper retracement to the downside. Now, don't hold me to this. We obviously have to see how the week closes, and we still have a long way to go before the week is done. But could be seeing the start of the retracement. And it would be a perfect time to grab some of those short entries, milk your accounts, build your accounts, ride the trend. Anyway, what else can we see on this market? Well, we are in the overextended region of the RSI, and we are trading bullish on the 50 SMA. But like I mentioned, overextended region both on the RSI, and we are overextended on the 50 SMA. Okay, from here, we're going to go into the daily time frame. Okay, so what can we see on the daily on gold? So what we can see is price is definitely still bullish from a daily perspective. We are above the 50 SMA, far removed from the 50 SMA actually. We still have space to come to the downside. Price is bullish on the RSI per the daily. We haven't even hit the sweet spot, but we are above 55 there. There is one thing that concerns me, though, with this retracement. It appears we have some bearish structure coming into play per the price action. What's the bearish structure? Well, appears we have an evening star formation. What is an evening star formation pattern? Well, we have a bullish push, we have a bearish candle, and then we have a gap down in the bearish natures, also closing with the bearish candle. So how did this take place? Well, if we take a look at the days between Tuesday and Wednesday, it means at the time that the US market closed and the Tokyo markets opened, or Australian Tokyo markets opened, there were still short positions at play. And within that 1 hour span, the market dropped significantly. Significantly. I mean, look at that gap. Yes, that gap was full. But the formation of that pattern shows the number of bears that stepped in at that level. It was also potentially because price hit 3,500 on that Tuesday. But it goes to show the strength of the bears that are stepping in, and they're actually getting out of some of their positions. So my observation of this is the bears have actually stepped into the market, and we could potentially keep going short with this pair. And that makes me comfortable for two reasons. First thing, I'm seeing the price action pattern. I'm seeing we're far removed from the 50 SMA. Okay, yeah, we're close to the sweet spot, but we're far removed from the 50 SMA. And if I take a look at the observation of patterns per the daily, the price came very close to this level. It actually came within the sweet spot, close to the 50 SMA before it pushed back up. So we could be seeing a liquidity grab back down to the 50 SMA, settling within the sweet spot before we see a push to the upside. So let's go into the 4-hour and actually see what we can see. So 4-hour pattern, the bears are in control. The bears are in control. Why are the bears in control? Well, we can see bullish structure right here on this trend. We see the bulls taking control. We have consolidation, push up. We have a retracement, push up. But when price turned bearish on Tuesday, we broke below that higher low right there. Price has broken below that higher low. We are currently in a consolidation between 3369 and I want to say 32770. Price finding support at 3270 currently. We could push to the upside before pushing to the downside. But what I can observe is that the bears are in control. We are trading below the 50 SMA and we are very much in the bearish region of the RSI. So I'm going to keep looking for shorts on this pair. I still think we have further downside potential per the daily time frame, and seeing that we can get closer to the 50 SMA. So what are my predictions for this market? Well, I would think that price would either test the support, go up, hit there, downside, boom. Or what we can see is that price breaks below structure. Okay. Mind my arrow drawing skills, I'm still getting used to it. Come back, test this break and retest level of the support at 3270 and then push to the downside towards that 50 SMA on the daily. So I hope the latter happens. I think that will give me an opportunity to actually get ready. Price breaks below, comes back, retests, sits within the sweet spot, gives me a bearish pivot signal. Then I can go into a lower time frame, observe, take a short position, trade it to the downside. Otherwise, take my short position from 3369, which I still feel is a discount level for a short position, trade it to the downside. So yeah, my observations, I'm very, very bearish on gold, at least in the short and medium term. And I will take any short positions I can get from levels of significance. Okay, let's delete this out and observe what news we can see for the week. So just putting this 1 second. Okay, so what can we observe with the news for the week ahead? Well, we have some JOLTS job openings. We have ADP non-farm employment change on the 30th. We have NFP this week, Friday, NFP. Okay, this is important. This is going to be a strong indicator of the month ahead. So as we close out April, we're going to be stepping into May and we're going to have NFP this week. So be cognizant of that. I think it's going to be a strong trading week. And not to mention, I'm going to be stepping into a new competition come May. So that should be fun to trade and actually figure out how this works. We have a lot of JPY news as well, tentative news, dollar news. So it's a very strong fundamental week ahead. But obviously, I'll be observing and updating you guys every step of the way. Like I mentioned, I've now cut my pairs down to just indices and gold. But if you would like an update for currencies, I'll be doing that in separate videos. But thank you for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, like, subscribe, and leave some comments about what you want to see. It always helps to let me know so I can best provide an analysis of what you guys want to see. But with that, I wish you all the best for this week of trading. I hope it is an extremely profitable week for all of you. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you capitalize on these opportunities. I mean, man, this is a time to make money right now. As always, this is not financial advice, but rather just my personal opinions in the markets. And I cannot wait to catch you in the next video and update you on how the trades are going. With that, happy trading, and I'll catch you in the next one, traders. Cheers.